An article about Ehsan Sehgal, by Arif Naeem. Urdu book translated, How It Started. People who know me a little longer know that I am more than average interested in Urdu. Once you are overcome with the beauty and richness of this language, you are lost for life. You understand, I grant myself this poetic freedom because it is about an eminently poetic and flowery language. The immediate reason to write this piece is the fact that I have translated an Urdu book into Dutch. How did it come to this? Because to be honest, I did not think of this. Who then? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what Mr. Ehsan Sehgal came up with. Remember the name, Ehsan Sehgal? For many of you perhaps an unknown name, but not in the Urdu literature, Urdu Adab, of today. Within the literary circles of Urdu, Sehgal is a well-known name in both India and Pakistan. Introduction of the author. Just a short introduction of him. He was born in 1951 in Larkana, Sindh province. He obtained his master's in Urdu and law from Karachi University. He started practicing poetry, sha'ari, at the beginning of the 70s of the last century. He owes his fame mainly to his 8 poetry collections published in both India and Pakistan. Mr. Sehgal as a poet is in the rich tradition of Urdu. Big names from Urdu literature like Ibn and Shah and others have praised him and embraced his poetry. For those of you who can read Urdu, the website www.urduadab.com regularly publishes a selection from his work. Mr. Sehgal also has very nice faces to his name. Some of them can be read on the mentioned website. How it started. On May 1, 2010, a Mehfil-e Mushaira was organized in The Hague by Pak Dutch Forum. Also a beautiful and unique tradition of the Urdu. The Mehfil-e Mushaira was under the inspiring leadership of Ijaz Safi Saab. This was the second time in my life that I have nominated a poem in a Mehfil-e Mushaira, but to be honest, I do not dare to label my own poems as shairi. Because as is known, every football fan kicks a ball sometimes, but that is why you are not a Cruyff or Maradona. I can only call myself a lover, no more. During this meeting on May 1st, we got to know each other a bit better and exchanged business cards. A few weeks later we happened to meet each other, as far as coincidence exists, at Mehfil-e Naut in the Nur al-Islam Mosque in The Hague. Sehgal Saab then asked me if I would like to translate one of the books. Because, he said, I have heard your Urdu and Dutch. I think you can do this. That is how we got into conversation. The translation. Mr. Sehgal published a collection of various essays and a collection of quotations and aphorisms in 1999. He wanted me to translate the quotes so that his world of thought would also become accessible to Dutch readers. To start with, I started to read the book myself. The title in Urdu is Shawar Ka Shair. Such a title can only come up with a poet. For example, note the nice alliteration that is in it. I personally like the quotes. And so I said yes to Mr. Sehgal. They are short and sometimes long sentences. They are thinking about humor, seriousness, and profundity. The themes that are discussed are social justice, religious tolerance, ethics, morality, and integrity. Some quotations relate to the specific situation of Pakistani society. If we do that with Dutch glasses to read, you might think what an open door. Or that is logical for certain quotes. But apparently, some doors in Pakistan are unfortunately still not that open. And certain things are still not so logical in Pakistani society. A number of these issues have aptly and steadily pointed out Asad Hussain on this website in his contribution of September 24, 2009. Also very readable. The Wise Way, De Wise Weg. In short, the Dutch translation of the quotations must be read in the social, cultural, and religious context of Pakistan. The Dutch title that I have chosen is The Wise Way. This multi-interpretable title aptly reflects what Mr. Sehgal intended. I enjoyed the process of translating. You cannot always translate a text literally. Then you get translations like "I am sitting here for bacon and beans." I have always tried to capture the core message in the language of the Low Countries. I have extensively discussed the translation with the author. He was very complimentous. At least he thought I had translated exactly what he meant by a certain quote, even though the literal words were completely different. I have just taken that for granted as a compliment. Because I do not get a lot of people of his caliber. I can wholeheartedly recommend the booklet to you. The Hague, August 2010. Naeem Arif.